Africa is the only continent whose name originates from its own languages. It is not the name of a Roman general. Instead, Roman generals were titled after regions they conquered. There is this a Roman general who was called Scipio Africanus. Scipio Africanus was not his original name, but an honorific name given to him after he conquered parts of the northern African coast for Rome. Similarly, there is this Roman general who was called Decimus Valerius Asiaticus. He was named after conquering Asia Minor for Rome. So stop repeating the lie that African was named after a Roman general. The Romans adopted the name from the word Afro, which the Greeks used to refer to the Nile valleys of the indigenous people. However, this word Afro was not a Greek word, but indigenous to Africa. Afra, meaning body of Ra, is still the name of one of the most genetically related people to the ancient Kemetsu, the Afar people who still lived in Egypt, Sudan, and Ethiopia. The Greeks actually worshipped Africans, and so their highest deity, Aphrodite, names refers to her originals in the land of Afro. The Abrahamic Bible, or even the Torah, also mention the Afro, whom they called the Ophir. Now, the Romans called this entire area Africa. And so, with the defeat of Carthaginians, Scipio is given the name Conqueror of Africa. So, Scipio Africanus does not give his name to Africa. Actually, he gets his name from Africa. Are you getting the point there? Now, the man named Leo Africanus was himself an African. Indeed, his name means Leo the African. He got his name from Africa. He did not give his name to Africa. Africa was not even named Ethiopia or Alkebulan by the indigenous African people. And the word Ethiopian is a Greek word. It means the land of the burnt-faced people. And Alkebulan does not even appear to be an African word, but an Arabic. Greeks had earlier called African Afrique, as they could not pronounce the existing name of Ruika. The Greeks had already failed to call Kemet by one of its name, Hukaptha. They corrupted this name into Aegyptos, while the Romans followed with their Aegyptus in their Latin language. The Greek and the Roman name for Kemet, or you can call them Hukaptha, translates into Egypt in English. Now, the indigenous African name, Hukaptha, broke the jaws of the Greeks and the Romans. They could not even pronounce this name Kemet, hence the name Egypt today. In fact, Egyptology and Egyptologists should be called Kemetology and Kemetologists respectively. Kemet was one of the correct names for Hukaptha. And this makes me to smile. This one actually makes me to smile. Why? Because the name Africa has indeed come from the hearts of Africans, with then over 3,000 languages. African became known to Europe through the Greeks and the Romans. But these Europeans had had this name from Africans. And that is the short history of the name Africa. We'll do a favor if you just subscribe, you like, and even comment down there. Thank you so much. Until we meet next time.